What's up, guys? It's been a minute. Long story short, I have been working on some things. So, what I realized and what I would like to come to you and talk to you about is something that would probably help you out. So, throughout my life, I've been looking back and reflecting on my life here recently a lot, and I've came to a couple different conclusions. One, the main conclusion is I did not enjoy my life simply because of the way I was looking at myself in reality. So this is pretty obvious, but unfortunately it's not that obvious, even though it should be obvious, but it's not that obvious. So it really all comes down to the way you look at things. And again, staying in the moment is how any of this is possible to fully enjoy it and to experience it the way it should be. So what I'm coming here and telling you is listen, dude, I would not go back and relive my life, I don't think. The only way I would redo what I have done, if that was a viable option, was if I was 100% aware throughout the whole entire experience who I was, what this was, and what's going on. And even then, I don't think I would want to do it. So, but me coming to terms and accepting and realizing, like, hey, I had a pretty good life. I just looked at it the wrong way and looked at myself the wrong way. And through that, made some decisions and actions that I wish I wouldn't have, but it is what it is. So, essentially, what I'm telling you is if I could have stayed in the moment and not told myself crazy stuff, there would not probably have been a negative moment in my life. Or there wouldn't have been any situations in my life because I would have had wisdom and discernment and I would have known who to stay away from, who not to talk to, who to like what, and I would have had my stuff together. So I would have, do you see what I'm saying? So I'm going to tell you guys, man, this sucks if you've ever experienced this. Nostalgia. And I don't mean just a little bit of nostalgia either, dude. I'm not talking about a little bit of nostalgia like you pull out a Nintendo 64 or a place or the original PlayStation or a Super Nintendo and you play some games on an old box TV. I'm not talking about that type of nostalgia. I'm talking about nostalgia so deep that the feelings and emotions are ridiculous, dude. That sucks. When you get hit with that nostalgia like that, and then all you're doing is looking back on your life and you're like a weird combination of emotions going on, like you're sad that you'll never experience that again, you're sad that you won't see these people like that again, you're sad that it's not like you can go back and redo that, right? It's just this weird, I don't know how to explain it to you other than it's crazy. And that's what I have been dealing with on and off for about a year now. And I felt these emotions and released them, stopped running from them. So, and this is what I'm coming to you and telling you, like, I truly believe this is as simple as healing yourself, staying in the moment, looking at yourself in reality in a positive lens. And that's really it. I don't necessarily think that there's anything to like worry about or be stressed out about. And I'll tell you guys this too before I end it. I've been put into some situations recently to where I had no option but to trust that something was going to work out for me or something was going to come together. And it keeps happening over and over, but I'm just so effing sick of getting pushed to the point to where it's almost like the last second before stuff gets taken care of. It's frustrating. It's anxiety and some other BS involved in it. And then something else I realized too is the more you try, it almost seems like the harder it is. So the less you try, and or it's almost like when you don't try and you care, but you don't really care. It's like it just gets through in your lap, or stuff just miraculously works out. I'm not sure why that's the case, but my friends, I just want to enjoy life. That's it. I'm not asking for anything crazy. Heaven on earth is what I want, and that's what I'm after. And that's what I believe will come to fruition. But heaven on earth is not a grand proposition or a grand thing to where it seems like that's a lot to ask for. It's really not. Just people to get along and enjoy life. And for people to help each other out and take care of each other. You know, do not think that's too much to ask for. Alright. It's a game of form and the play of life. I'm me talking to you, and this is what we do. We create illusions, we have an experience, we tell stories, we snap out of it, exit backwards, land, and enter real reality, aka the future, aka not really, because it's now, aka take your mask off, Silver City, Paradise, Nirvana, home. Love you.